Hidden curriculum is defined as the lessons which are learned but not openly intended. These lessons can take the form of the transmission of norms, values, and beliefs conveyed through any medium. In the recently released animated film Inside Out, there is what seems like an almost endless list of stereotypes, cultural norms, societal values, and beliefs, all packed together into what seems like a harmless, quite hilarious children's Pixar movie. When searching through the plethora of opinions on the internet, you see many well-meaning parents voice this opinion. Through all this nonsense, the so-called nonsense that is the heart of this presentation, the only thing I noticed was my laughing child. For goodness sakes, people, stop taking life so seriously and enjoy the movie for what it is, a funny children's movie. The harmful, exclusive, and narrow-minded values, beliefs, and stereotypes sometimes held by society are solidified and normalized in films just like this one. Children are surrounded by these things every single day, and believe it or not, the evidence shows you should believe it because it's true. All of these little funny things you blow off as hilarious and innocent are extremely impactful on the confidence, well-being, and socialization of society's children and adults. The first issue we are going to speak about is body image. The issue becomes almost impossible to ignore once you become aware of it. The protagonist within the world of Riley is Joy. Aside from being the happiest, most positive, outgoing, funny, and sociable character, she is also tall, thin, and Barbie doll-like with a stylish pixie haircut and wears a cute short dress. The deuteragonist, which I have come to learn is defined as the character second in importance to the protagonist, is Sadness. She is short, round, heavily clothed in a heavy turtleneck with large, thick glasses and disheveled hair. She has a soft-spoken demeanor, very little confidence, and is ignored or left out by the other characters. As shown, when Joy gives important orders to Fear, Anger, and Disgust before the first day of school, but tells Sadness her responsibility is to stand in the circle of sadness and not to move. The fact that Joy is the happiest and is stereotypically attractive, and Sadness is the most unhappy and stereotypically unattractive, portrays a message. The message that skinny means happy and round means sad. It is even more unfortunate that both of these characters are portrayed as female, as it is females who are targeted by unrealistic expectations of beauty and are taught that they are almost never good enough. A quick look at the male characters inside Riley's head. Anger and fear. Anger is portrayed as a blocky, muscular, and assertive, note the use of the word assertive and not bossy, the stereotypical man's man. We can almost forgive him for his uncontrollable bursts of anger because isn't that what men do? Then we have fear, and we all know men aren't supposed to be scared. That was sarcasm. They're supposed to be brave and tough. So how do the filmmakers portray the male version of fear? Almost like they did Sadness, as unattractive. He is thin, gangly, with little coordination, wears unfashionable clothes, and has one singular hair. So no matter who is watching this film, boys or girls, they are learning about emotions and what physical characteristics are good and bad. The second issue we're going to talk about is the portrayal of Riley's family. They are white, middle class, cisgender, and heterosexual. The mom stays at home taking care of her daughter, and dad is the provider. Throughout the entire movie, Riley's is the only family we meet, almost as if a family like Riley's is the only one that exists or is important enough to appear. When Riley goes to school, in San Francisco I might add, where 58% of the city's residents are not white, almost all of her classmates are white. Not a very fair representation, is it? What kind of message does this send to children watching movies when white people are almost always the ones being represented? A study originally conducted by Kenneth and Mamie Clark in the 1940s and recreated by many others shows the heartbreaking results. The family and gender roles that each character takes on are truly stereotypical. For example, the controller of Dad's headquarters is anger, while Mom's is sadness. And within both headquarters, we see two very different worlds. Dad's headquarters is designed just like SportsCenter, and there are instances where Mom is trying to get him to pay attention to family matters, but he is too distracted by daydreaming about the latest sports highlights. As Mom becomes frustrated with his male cluelessness and stupid looks, she resorts to daydreaming about a Brazilian helicopter pilot and how unfortunate it is she stuck with this man instead of her dream guy. We have noticed that while the characters within Riley's headquarters are a mix of male and female, the characters within Mom and Dad's headquarters are all female and all male respectively. They even go so far as to make the characters replicates of their person. Moms are all wearing the same glasses, and dads all have the same signature mustache. Riley's characters are all different and bear no resemblance to her. After a little reflection and Googling, we have come up with a couple of theories. Explanations include the fact that Riley has not yet reached puberty. We know this because at the end of the film, the headquarters is upgraded with a new control board with a big red scary-looking button with puberty written across it. Because Riley is still a child, she is not solidified into her gender role and has many different gender influences happening within her control center. Though we did notice before a hockey game, Riley comes face to face with a boy who we assume isn't much older than her, which gives us a quick look inside his control center when all of his characters go into emergency mode upon contact with a girl. This child's characters are all male and all resemble him, each with an afro and a baseball cap. This message carries implications of society's rule that boys should not be feminine at all, although it has become more normalized for girls to be somewhat stereotypically masculine, for example by playing sports or wearing jeans.